Hey guys, welcome back. This is update for Thursday 19th of January, the end of the day. Just going to update the last few days as I haven't done a video this week. Monday didn't take any trades because it was a federal holiday, so markets were a bit weird, didn't want to risk it. So most of the trades this week have just been paper trades. We've taken a couple on the challenge account, but I've been doing a lot of back testing and just trying to finalize and fine tune some of the strategies. So Tuesday, this one was just a paper trade, demo trade. We caught this breakout here. This is on the EU. So on the 5 minute, just got a breakout there for a little 2R trade there. Then also caught this short up here. We got the entry off this order block over here, although it actually went a bit higher, took out some of these highs on the left over here. But we had a nice wide stop loss above this high, so we would have stayed in it. And as you can see, it dumped nicely to give us a 2.6R trade there. It went further, but was just looking to catch this low here, the Asia low, was looking to take that, so that would have closed the trade there. Then I didn't even take this one on the demo, I just marked this one up, but looking to take out this low from New York from previous week, which it tapped into very nicely, but it was end of the day, it was just outside of the New York kill zone, so I don't like to take trades then because everything kind of slows down, you don't get much movement. So didn't actually take that, marked it up. As you can see, it did nothing for a long time, as is expected at that kind of time of day, but actually went in drawdown for a bit, but the next day it actually, if we look across, did come to full take profit if I'd held it across the other day, which was just over 3R, which, you know, that's quite a while to have held it for scalp. It was a nice entry, but I didn't actually take that one because of how long it was to hold it, and you know, I wasn't 100% sure that it was going to come up, so that was that one. Then we moved on to Wednesday. Again, so far these are all just demo trades. These weren't actually taken on the proper challenge account. I was getting back testing in and trying to get everything up to speed. So this one actually got the entry on the 3 minute. So the EU was pumping here, was looking to get in. So you see it already moved up quite a bit from London, but I thought that we could get in and catch it on a retrace. So as you can see here, we came up and we were looking to get a retrace. We went for the entry at the top of this rejection block just there, and as you can see over here, it tapped quite nicely on there and came up again. I think that was only, yeah, just 2.2R, just looking to in and out nice and quick. As I say, it did carry on higher, but we're just looking for a quick in and out there, which we got. But again, that was demo trade, that wasn't taken on the actual account. I think that was it for Wednesday. Wasn't a lot on EU on Wednesday. And then Thursday, so this is today, so this is when we actually took some trades on the challenge account. But this first one here in the morning, this was just paper trade. Okay, so this was again another breakout one, which is kind of a still fine-tuning this strategy, which is why most of these ones are just paper trading. But we came down here, got the reversal and entered on the breakout with a buy stop, and again that one ran nicely. 2.3R, could have caught even more, but just nice and simple in and out. That was just a paper trade in the morning. Then this is where we took our first actual trade on the challenge account, where we made the critical mistake of trading too close to news. So news was out at 8:30 New York time, it's 1:30 UK time. We entered the trade I think here before. Again, it was a breakout trade we were looking at, which was going okay, but then when news came out, you see this big spike down here, so we got stopped out there. I did think about just cutting the trade here because of news. I thought I'd hold it because the news could have gone in our favour, but obviously learnt my lesson. Next time I'll just cut the trade, wait till after news and then go again. which is what I should have done. But you learn your lesson. So we hit stop loss there with our first trade. Then this one was actually just a demo. Again, obviously we'd only just been tapped out of that. I didn't want to go rushing back into a trade and, you know, trying to make it back and lose it. So just demoed this one, but it went quite nicely here. I was looking for this wick from the news event to get taken out and swept, which it did, and tapped in nicely. It actually didn't quite reach the full take profit on that one. It was just a little bit short, but as I say, that was only a paper trade. Then we finally picked up a winning trade. So again here, this one, we were looking for a reversal here, which we got, and just here, when this candle here was broken, this high, that was the market structure shift we wanted. We got our entry off the top of this candle here, and as you can see, tapped in reasonably nice, good reaction, and went all the way to just over a 3R trade. However, the bad news on it was that after entering the trade, when we were still hanging about the bottom, I zoomed out a bit more and see these lows here, which hadn't gone, which were below our stop loss. So with the trade down here, I de-risked a bit, left it to run, so I thought it still might finish, but did de-risk some there. So although we hit a 3R, it wasn't a full 3R that we would have got if we'd left the whole trade on, which was a shame. Should have trusted the analysis, but after seeing those lows, probably after we'd had a loss earlier today as well, just made me a bit more nervous. So I should have left that full trade to go, but I didn't. But I had the bias right, and should have trusted myself with it. And obviously, if I can keep getting bias right, then I will trust myself more next time. But still nice to have that first trade hitting full TP, even though it wasn't technically full TP. We'll quickly run through just a couple on GBP USD as well. Another trade that I did take on the actual challenge account, which we got a breakout, but it did enter a bit further up. I entered slightly higher, and that meant I was aiming for this high to get like at least a 2R. It didn't quite, it only came up to here, and we ended up being stopped out before it then did go higher. So we had the bias right, but entered that one too early. Should have left it a bit longer, or if I could have got a better entry on the pullback here, meaning that I could have got 2R aiming at this high. So it was just the execution. The idea was right of the bias, but the execution was wrong. Could have either waited longer for more confirmation going down here, or got a better entry and been out by the time it came up here. So that one was a loss as well. Then this was just paper trading, was absolute perfect entry. It's a shame it was only a paper trade, but again, that was a confirmed breakout there, as you can see. It's looking bullish, and I was looking for a retrace to just the top of these two, the two just here next to each other, the top of those two candles, the top of the blue order block there, and just above it, and as you can see, it literally touched that perfectly and went to take profit at 2R. But that was only a paper trade, and again, just another demo trade over here. Was looking for it, we got our entry from just coming back up. We were looking for it just to come back up to the top of these. It did sweep that high and came pretty much to the bottom of this block here, but it did go the way we wanted and would have hit take profit at a 3.7, so that would have been nice. But late in the afternoon, these were all today, we've been quite busy today. Again, was looking at some here, so this was after the news event, so again we had a big wick down on GU as well, and then we were looking bullish after that, so we had a confirmed breakout there, so we looked to get in on the retest. We were at the top of this order block here as the entry. See, it came down further, but in the stop loss was fine. it went up, came back down, and then eventually hit take profit 2.5R. See, it just about didn't tap in there. So it was again a breakout once. We had a high here, a low, and then we broke above that, and we were looking for it to retest the top of these, but it just didn't reach. So that one didn't tap in. That was nothing. This wasn't on the actual account. This was just a sim. But here we were nice and bullish. You see, gold was pumping through the New York session, and then we were looking to get in on this retrace here. So took the entry off again, top of this order block here, came down past it, tapped in nicely, and it was never in drawdown again. That one moved real nice, 2R trade, went further, but we took what we got. On an EU we had one successful trade, one loss, and on GBP we also had one loss on there, and the last trade we had was on the US 500, which again I think was maybe affected by the news. So we had a nice breakout here, a strong move up, and we looked to enter on the retest down here. Had the entry of 50% of that FVG there in the 3 minute. Came a bit deeper. Originally was moving quite nicely, but then it was kind of going nowhere, up and down, and it was acting a bit weird. So took most of the trade out just around here, left a runner which then hit stop loss. We pretty much just came out break even from that one. It was a nice entry and a nice setup, but I don't know if it was because of the news, it was moving a bit weird there, and as you can see, although it came down deeper, it did then eventually move the way we was expecting it to, but we just about didn't take anything from that. So that was that. I think that is pretty much everything from the last couple of days. Got one more day this week to see what happens. The account currently is about 0.5% down, so we'll look to try and get into profit, hopefully pick up a couple more wins and see what happens.